Right now the crypto market is showing slight weakness, and one of the most closely watched Layer 1 coins, Solana, is currently trading around $86 after a 2% drop today. And even though this dip may look small, it's part of a broader short-term cooling phase that the market is going through. What's important to understand is that Solana recently saw strong upward momentum, and whenever a coin approaches resistance zones or moves up too quickly, the market naturally corrects through profit booking, which is one of the main reasons behind today's slight dump. Traders who entered earlier positions near lower levels are taking profits, and that creates temporary selling pressure, especially when overall market sentiment is not extremely bullish. At the same time, Solana's price movement is heavily influenced by Bitcoin, because whenever Bitcoin slows down or shows weakness, altcoins like Solana tend to follow, and often with slightly higher volatility. So this 2% dip is not something isolated to Solana. It's part of a broader market structure where capital is rotating and traders are becoming cautious in the short term. Another factor behind the dip is that Solana recently tested higher levels near $90 plus, which acted as a resistance zone, and without strong buying volume to break that level, the price naturally pulled back. Now if we talk about the latest developments around Solana, the bigger picture still looks strong because the ecosystem continues to grow steadily. Solana has been gaining traction in areas like DeFi, NFTs, and especially Web3 gaming, where its fast transaction speed and low fees make it highly attractive for developers. One of the biggest positive signals is that developer activity on Solana remains active even during market slowdowns, which is something long-term investors pay close attention to. There has also been increasing interest in Solana-based applications and infrastructure improvements, and the network has been working consistently to improve stability after past outage concerns, which were one of the biggest criticisms of the project. Another important narrative building around Solana is its position as a strong competitor to Ethereum. While Ethereum dominates in terms of total value locked and long-term reputation, Solana offers speed and cost efficiency that make it ideal for mass adoption. This creates a situation where both ecosystems can grow, but Solana often attracts users who want cheaper and faster transactions, especially in retail-driven applications. Now shifting focus toward the most important part, the 2026 price prediction. This is where things get really interesting. If the crypto market enters a strong bull cycle between 2025 and 2026, Solana is one of the projects that could benefit significantly because it already has a strong ecosystem, active developers, and a proven ability to scale during high demand periods. In a moderate growth scenario, where the market expands steadily without extreme hype, Solana could realistically move into the $150 to $250 range by 2026, driven by consistent adoption and ecosystem growth. But if we enter a strong bull market where capital flows aggressively into altcoins, Solana could perform even better. In such a scenario, prices could push into the $300 to $500 range, especially if sectors like gaming, NFTs, and decentralized applications gain massive popularity again. And if Solana manages to capture a significant portion of that growth while maintaining network stability, the upside could extend even further. There is also an extreme bullish case where Solana becomes one of the dominant infrastructures for Web3 applications globally. If that happens, and if institutional interest increases along with retail adoption, the price could potentially reach $600 or higher during peak market conditions. However, this scenario depends on multiple factors aligning perfectly, including market sentiment, technological development, and global adoption trends. At the same time, it's important to understand the risks. Solana operates in a highly competitive environment where other blockchains are constantly improving, and any technical issues or loss of developer interest could slow down its growth. Regulation is another factor that could influence the entire crypto market, including Solana's performance. But despite these risks, one thing is clear: Solana is still one of the strongest and most relevant projects in the crypto space. The current price around $86 after a 2% dip does not indicate weakness, but rather a normal market correction phase. And in crypto, these phases often come before the next major move. So as we move toward 2026, the real question is not whether Solana will face volatility, because it definitely will, The real question is whether it can continue building, expanding its ecosystem, and capturing the next wave of adoption. Because if it does, today's price might eventually look like just a small step in a much bigger journey.